Hello, everyone. Good evening. So good to see your smiling faces. This is Minerva, and these are today's top news.
Prime Minister Imran Khan on Wednesday said the government was making efforts to ensure the inclusion of 20 million out of school children in the educational system and, for this purpose, planned to give financial incentive to their parents to encourage their enrollment in schools. Addressing the launch of Ehsaas Education Stipends program in the federal capital, the Premier said ensuring education for all was a priority of the government. He said stipends would play a role in encouraging parents to send their children, particularly girls, to schools. Lauding the policy of Ehsaas Stipends program to give higher amount to girls, Prime Minister Imran Khan said an educated woman could contribute more positively towards the society. Terming educated human resource a great asset for a nation, the Premier stressed on the provision of educational opportunities to both boys and girls. He said the Western world was wrong to assume that Pakistani parents did not send their girls to schools for education. The Prime Minister recalled that during his visit to different parts of the country, he did not get to meet a single parent who opposed the right of education to their daughters. There are other issues for low ratio of girls in schools, he said, adding that at times schools were far away and parents were worried for the safety of their daughters. The Premier said the government would take measures to weed out ghost schools, and for that, it would use latest technology to monitor schools, disperse stipends transparently, and identify fake entries. He underlined that it was primarily the responsibility of the government to provide the facility of education to all. The Ehsaas Education Stipends program aims at providing financial assistance to deserving households for the education of their children at primary, secondary, and higher secondary levels. Rolled out nationwide in 160 districts, the program has been structured to give a higher amount of stipend to girls as compared to boys. Prime Minister's Special Assistant to Social Welfare, Dr. Sania Nishtar, said under the Ehsaas Education Stipends, the primary school boys would get quarterly stipends of Rs 1,500 and girls Rs 2,000. Secondary school boys would get Rs 2,500 and girls Rs 3,000. And at the higher secondary level, boys will get Rs 3,500 and girls 4,000 a quarter. She said all education stipends would be paid biometrically to mothers on the attainment of 70% attendance of their children. Dr. Sania noted that as part of the post-COVID Ehsaas strategy, Ehsaas education stipends would empower deserving families to overcome financial barriers in accessing higher education. Currently, there are 18.7 million children in the age group 6 to 16 who remain out of school in the country, and the fallout of COVID-19 has also accentuated it. The Demographic and Health Survey 2017 Kaplan and Mayer estimates indicates that the dropout rate is highest for the poorest 2 quintiles in secondary education. The Household Income and Expenditure Survey 1990 to 2018, featuring enrollment trends for both boys and girls in primary and secondary education, reveal that girls are severely disadvantaged in initial enrollment levels for the poorest quintile, and they drop out faster from grades 5 to 8. Separately, while chairing a meeting in Islamabad, the Premier emphasized the promotion of technical and vocational education to equip the youth with knowledge and expertise. He directed to introduce a plan of reward and punishment for the education system so that effective implementation of government policies for the promotion of higher education could be ensured. He instructed to devise a strategy for the maximum utilization of financial resources provided by the Federation, besides ensuring a higher standard of education in universities being run with the cooperation of the federal government in provinces. The Premier advised reviewing the scholarship program of the Higher Education Commission for effective use of the country's resources. He asked the authorities concerned to complete the ongoing projects for the promotion of higher education on a priority basis. The meeting was apprised that Rs 42 billion had been allocated for the current fiscal year for HEC to implement its 168 projects. These include 128 ongoing projects worth Rs 29 billion and 40 new projects worth Rs 12 billion.
Thank you to all the deaf and hearing people around the world for connecting with us. If you enjoy the video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.